Little Miss Lucky, yeah. It's kind of strange that I'm wearing a Little Miss Lucky t-shirt, but I'm about to talk about something that doesn't make me feel very lucky. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Andy, and in today's video I thought I would talk about something a little personal for me. I've gotten a lot of messages from you guys when you're hopeful for an interview and stuff, and I wish you luck and I try to give you as many tips as I can, and sometimes it works out and other times I get a message saying, oh, I didn't make it, because I've been there as well. And that's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to share with you guys what I experienced with my very first flight attendant interview rejection. And I also wanted to, you know, kind of give you tips and help you on how to move forward or how to deal with it and keep on going. So first things first, I moved up to Johannesburg last year, about May, to do my ab initio course. And as soon as I was done, I scored an interview and I was so excited about it. They told me about a week before that I'm invited for an interview on the next coming Friday. And yeah, I was just really excited, really nervous. It was my very first flight attendant interview, and I really honestly was like, yes, this is my chance. I'm gonna be one of those people that just gets so lucky that as soon as I'm done with my ab initio, I'm gonna get my very first flying job from the very first interview. I was absolutely 1000% sure in my mind, basically. It didn't work out that way. I went to the interview and it was a group interview, and you could see just from the vibe in the room that all of these girls were so nervous. We were so nervous, but we were also like looking around like just, and your insecurities just start hitting you one after the other, and you start thinking, well, she's taller than me, well, she's thinner than me, she's prettier than me, her makeup looks nicer than mine, her shoes are nicer than mine, you know? So you start second guessing, even though you've had this whole week to prepare and you're thinking, yes, this is gonna be great, and then you get there and you're like, oh, why didn't I do this that way, or she looks better like that, or she speaks better than me, and stuff like that. So your insecurities just hit you, and you are so much more nervous than you think you're gonna be, because it's your first interview, and I'm guessing this is something that you really want. So yeah, I was just a nervous wreck, basically. So then the interview happened. We were all asked a bunch of questions in front of each other. We had to answer, and we all stumbled across our words. We all were absolute nervous wrecks, but it was okay. A few of us, I think out of about 20 girls, I think maybe 15, 16 of us got invited back for the next week. And as nervous as we were for the next interview, we had kind of like built a connection between us. We had gotten each other's contact information, and we were encouraging each other and asking each other questions throughout the week before the next interview. So we felt a lot more comfortable going into the second interview, just because we actually knew who we were going to be standing in front of. Although the interviewers were not the same people, it was still, we kind of had that little bit of level of comfort just between each other. So yeah, we all felt good. We all were like giving each other encouragement. After each person was done, we'd be like, you did so well, you answered that so well, especially because they did give us study material to go through before the second interview, so you had to know quite a bit about that airline when you came back. And a lot of us did answer very well, and we were so excited. Then the end of this interview comes, and the recruiter comes back to us and tells us who has made it to the following round and who hasn't. And out of the 16-ish of us that were there, I think about 7 or 8 names were called, and mine was not one of them. and I was so confused. I think it's also just my ego was really hurt because everyone had inflated it and said like, oh, you're gonna do so well, you speak so well, you just answer that so well, and you look so great, your hair is done perfectly, so you're definitely gonna nail this. So in my head I'd also convinced myself that I was definitely gonna nail this, and I didn't. So of course I was crushed, of course I was. I'm human. So I was lucky enough that I was able to get a chance to ask the recruiter why I wasn't chosen. And I say lucky enough because a lot of the times you don't actually get a chance to ask them. That's why when I am invited for an interview, I make sure that when the interviewer asks me if I have any questions for them, one of my questions is, if I'm not successful with this interview process, what is it that you think I should work on? It's sort of a way to turn the question around, you know, and just make them kind of give you tips on how to improve, rather than just be like, why didn't I get the job? You know, I don't want to be like rash about it. I just want to really sincerely find out what it is I can work on. But so yeah, I asked the recruiter, you know, what was it? Why wasn't I chosen? And basically she told me that the interviewers thought that I needed to lose some weight. Yeah. Guys, this was so soul crushing. I remember just bawling my eyes out the next day when I was telling one of my ab initio teachers about it. I was bawling. Before I even applied for my cabin crew ab initio course, I spent about a year losing quite a bit of weight. I lost about 12 kgs, and when I got to that point where I felt like I was healthy and I was good to go, that's when I decided to start my ab initio course. I wasn't trying to get skinny, I wasn't trying to become a size 30 or something like that. I was just trying to get healthy because I felt like I wasn't at that stage. And so I was so proud of myself when I did get there and I was told that I'm not getting this job because of my weight. I kind of had like a, wait, what? Like, but I'm healthy now. Why is it still my weight is still in the way? This one sentence, and I couldn't, honestly, I couldn't believe how this one sentence affected me so badly. Like I was upset. I don't think I was depressed over it, but it really hurt me. It made me question a lot just about myself and my values and whether I was still willing to even pursue this career. And I don't know what it was one day, because, and I mean, I told you guys, I was bawling the day after my interview. I was crying so hard. I was just so down in the dumps about this rejection, and I don't know what it was, because people were like encouraging me and people were giving me words of positivity and everything, and they were telling me, you can do this, just stick to it, just try again, all the good stuff. And it literally went in one ear and out the other until one day something clicked in me and I was like, you know what, screw them. I'm going to fly regardless, because it is what I want to do, and I'm gonna put myself out there again, and if I get rejected again, then so be it, but I'm going to do it. Nothing is gonna stop me. And that's the day where it just clicked. Something in me clicked, and I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna stick to it. That's it. So even when you guys send me messages and tell me about your bad experiences, I honestly don't think that there's enough that I can say to motivate you to keep going at it. So if you are second guessing the career, or any career at that, it doesn't have to be becoming a flight attendant. If you've faced rejection in any sort of way in your career, in your life, I hope that you do have the strength within yourself to keep going, and know that it's great to be supported by the people around you. It's absolutely amazing, but it has to be you that really wants to do it. Your parents can't want it more than you. Your friends can't want this more than you. But anyway, with that said, this rejection basically taught me 3 things, and I wanted to share them with you guys. The first thing I realized is that rejection is just a sad part of life. You can choose to look at it in a negative way, like, oh, why is the world always against me, blah blah blah, or you can choose to see it in a more positive way, that it is a tough pill to swallow, I'll be honest, but it is a part of life, and it is what makes us human, and it is what pushes us to grow. So obviously some people unfortunately face rejection a lot more than others, and my heart breaks for them, because obviously you want everybody to just hit that success and live the best life, but unfortunately it doesn't always happen as quickly for everyone. The second thing that I learned is kind of cliche, and I'm pretty sure it's a tattoo that Rihanna has. But basically I did learn that it is not a failure, it is a lesson. And this is also why I mentioned about asking what it is you can work on, because you shouldn't just let this get you down and stop you from pursuing this career that you want to do. You should take it as a lesson. You should ask, what is it that I can work on? What are my shortcomings? You know, what can I improve on? So that the next time you come back stronger and better. Like, don't you want to improve? The third thing I learned to do was to turn that rejection into motivation. If that company hadn't rejected me, I wouldn't appreciate what I have now as much as I do. And honestly, it lit a fire under my butt. After I got over the whole being sad part, it really drove me. I was like, nothing is gonna stop me now. Now I know I want it more than ever. And that's exactly what you should do. Turn your rejection into motivation. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it has helped you and motivated you to keep going at it, whether you are trying to become a flight attendant, whether you already are a flight attendant and you're trying to do something else, or whether you just want to do something else. I hope that it helped you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And I hope that you have already clicked on that subscribe button so that you can see all of my videos and all of my new content. I will be seeing you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.